Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. England have just defeated the Netherlands 2-1 in Dortmund to advance to the Euro final. They will face off against Spain this Sunday at the Olympic Stadium in Berlin. Back-to-back Euro finals for England and for Gareth Southgate. I cannot believe it. I cannot believe this England team made the final of the Euro. I am perplexed, bro. This is the worst team I've ever seen make a final. And I'm not just talking about the Euros or international football. Throw club football in there as well. I've never seen a worse side make the final of a tournament. England, I mean, credit to them, bro. Honestly, credit to them. It takes talent to play that shit and make it to a final. They are the best mediocre team I've ever seen in my life. Honestly, they are. People talk about, they compared to Portugal in 2016. Portugal, yes. Was their tournament run pretty? No. But Portugal didn't have the names on paper that this England side does. England should not be winning games like this, but they find a way every single time. And they've come back every single game in the knockout rounds. They came back against, obviously, Slovakia, came back against Switzerland in the last game after Mbolo scored. And then today they come back once again. And I'm not gonna lie, bro. When I watched that first half, I thought we finally got this. I thought we were finally gonna get to see the England that we were all expecting throughout the whole tournament, which was a good England side. Obviously, like I said, Xavi Simons scores first, a beautiful goal, by the way. In my opinion, Pickford could be doing a little better there, or he should be doing a little better there. But again, that ball was kind of like a knuckleball, had a lot of movement at the end, so it was kind of hard for Pickford to read it. But again, a great goal from Simons, carrying the ball forward and just blasting it into the top left-hand corner after a mistake from John Stones. I'm pretty sure, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe I'm wrong. Yeah, I think it was a mistake from John Stones or Declan Rice, one of the two. But anyway, a mistake from England leads to a Xavi Simons goal. Up until that goal, I thought the game was pretty back and forth, not really many big chances created. Then after the Dutch scored, I thought the Dutch were a little bit better. But then when England scored that penalty from Harry Kane, obviously a great penalty, by the way, shot it to the low and to the post. I thought England were better, honestly, in the first half. I thought Kobe Mainoo had a really good first half. He was a standout, in my opinion, in that first half. And I thought Phil Foden had probably his best half of the tournament. I thought England as a whole had their best half of the tournament, honestly, because they were actually playing some fluid football, looking really, really good in possession, actually creating chances. The Dutch were kind of like just overwhelmed by them in that first half, in my opinion. But then, obviously, in the second half, we went back to the same old England. The same old England we've been watching throughout this whole tournament, just boring and uninspiring football. But you know what? I gotta say this. Credit to Gareth Southgate today because, look, I think he's a terrible manager. I think whether England win or lose on Sunday, which I believe they will lose to Spain, he should be gone from that. He should be fired or he should leave, whatever they want to do with him, but he should not be coaching that England team anymore because, again, they're too talented to be playing like that. But, bro, his two subs changed the game. Cole Palmer plays that assist to Ollie Watkins, and Ollie Watkins scored that goal. Sorry, I had to burp. Those two subs. Did I say assists? Did I say his two assists changed the game? I'm sorry about that. His two, maybe I said sub. His two substitutions, made the game. And we obviously football fans, we criticize Southgate a lot because he's so, like, he doesn't make subs when he should be making subs. He waits too long to bring on the players, and when he brings on players, it's usually the wrong players that he brings onto the pitch. But today, man, two subs. He took off Harry Kane, which, thank God, man, Harry Kane has been woeful this tournament. I've never, like, it's one of the worst tournaments I've ever seen a world-class player have. Honestly, I believe that to my core. I've never, like, Harry Kane, what he did for Bayern Munich this year was nothing short of remarkable. Going into a new league, and, you know, he was amazing. Like he was amazing. I think he won the Golden Boot in Europe. I'm pretty sure he scored the most goals in any of Europe's top 5 leagues. He was fantastic. But what I saw from him in this tournament, it was awful. And thank God he brought Ollie Watkins on because Harry Kane doesn't do that. That's what happens when you have a striker who actually makes runs into the box. Can you believe that, bro? You can actually score goals. Again, a great finish from Watkins, by the way, because that was not an easy finish. But that is what Ollie Watkins does. That's what he did for Aston Villa this whole year. He was one of the best strikers in the Prem, not the best striker in the Prem this season. Like, he was that good. And again, that finish is fucking crazy, and a great pass from Cole Palmer as well. But going back to Harry Kane, man, God, he's awful. He's the one sending in the crosses, bro. Like, there was a point in the first half where he was, like, on the left-hand side sending in a cross. What are you doing? Get your big head into the fucking box and try and score a goal. Why are you always trying to drop so deep? There was nobody in the box for England at parts in that game. Nobody, because Harry Kane is so focused on dropping deep and trying to do something which it never works, bro. Why do you keep doing the same thing over and over again? And why does Gareth Southgate allow you to keep dropping deep? I know you're the captain, but for God's sakes, man, I mean, have some fucking self-awareness. Actually go into the box and see if you can score a goal. You're a striker. Like, what are we doing here? Honestly, it makes me so mad because I think if England want to win this final, they got to start Ollie Watkins or Ivan Toney at striker because you're not going to do it with Harry Kane. He's so slow, bro. I'm going to make the joke one more time. I know you guys are probably sick and tired of it. It's like he's wearing the Ronald McDonald shoes, bro. Honestly. I don't know if he's unfit. I don't know if he's injured. He doesn't look injured to me, bro. He just looks like he's playing like shit. He looks like he has no idea what to do on this team. And I think, again, like I said, if England want to win this final on Sunday, they got to start somebody else. And Ollie Watkins, man, good for him. What a goal that he scored. What a pass from Cole Palmer. I thought England today, you know, one thing that I want to say as well, Jude Bellingham was awful today. Probably the worst game I saw Jude have this tournament. And that's like, he's been terrible throughout this whole tournament for the most part. He's not been good at all. Apart from the first game, he's been subpar at best. And that goal against Slovakia is really saving his legacy at this tournament because, like I said, he's been terrible. Today, Phil Foden actually kind of showed up. Like I said, I thought he was really, really good. Had that chance in that first half where, you know, Dumfries cleared it off the line. Had the chance where he hit the post. Like, he hit it obviously to the far post. A great shot, kind of like similar to the Lamine Yamal shot yesterday. So, again, I thought Foden today actually had some good moments throughout the whole game. Not just in the first half. But Jude Bellingham today, bro. And again, he was playing on the left-hand side, so obviously you don't have Saka and Mainu there, who were obviously England's most, like some of England's most dynamic players. I mean, when you have Kieran Trippier on your side, there's very little things you can do because no one's worried about Kieran Trippier doing anything. And obviously we saw Phil Foden today playing on the right-hand side with the threat of Mainu and and Saka. You know, those guys were so good. It opened up the game a lot more for him, and obviously Bellingham didn't have that to his disposal. But still, bro, you got to be doing better than that. His decision-making was so poor today at times. And it just seemed like he looked lost on the pitch. I mean, he looked uninterested at times, in my opinion, at least. So, again, I think Jude was subpar today, in my opinion. But like I said, I think England's best players today were probably Kobe Mainu. I thought Saka had a pretty decent game. I thought Cole Palmer, when he came on, obviously looked great, had the assist. I thought, obviously, what the fuck is his name? I forgot. Phil Foden, like I mentioned. And obviously, Ollie Watkins coming in with the goal. But yeah, bro, like this England team, it's disappointing because as a football fan, I obviously want to see teams make it to a final based on, like, you know, because they deserve it. And I'm not going to say England don't deserve it because they haven't had any questionable calls in this tournament. It's not like people call it a robbery. It's not like England got through because, you know, the refs have been favoring them because, again, it's been clean for the most part. But their football just doesn't warrant them making it this far. And again, I don't think the Dutch today were particularly great. I thought they were a little bit too passive at times. And I think guys like Cody Gakpo, obviously, and Memphis Depay, who obviously went off injured, but guys like that who were so good throughout this whole tournament didn't really show up today like they have been for the most part. But still, bro, I mean, I don't know. It's kind of hard for me to watch this final now because I know England's in it. I'm going to watch it, obviously, and I'm going to be rooting for Spain. But I just don't think they deserve it. But again, that's football for you. Yesterday, the deserving team won. France had no business getting to the final, and luckily for us, Spain won. If it would have been a France-England final, I'm not even joking, I don't think I would have watched. Not because, like, first of all, because the football would have been terrible. It would have been a snooze fest of a game because both of those teams play terrible football. But also because, like, those teams don't deserve to get that far. I don't know how to explain it, bro. I don't know. Maybe you guys think I'm being crazy because, again, football's not about deserving. Did you win or did you lose? But for me, I don't know, dude. I don't know. I think people were calling out the ref today for that penalty on Dumfries. Dumfries, by the way, what an eventful game he had. Gave away a penalty, had a clearance off the line, hit the post. I mean, the guy had like a Materazzi game in 2006. Remember Materazzi in that World Cup final where he scored the goal, he gave away a penalty, and he was the one who provokes it on to get the red card. He kind of had that kind of game today, bro. And again, to me, look, the boot is high. He doesn't get the ball, and Harry Kane obviously it's the follow through after he hits the ball. It hits him, bro. It's like it just hits. He hits Harry Kane. Do I think that's a penalty? Me personally, I don't think it's not a penalty. I'll tell you guys that. I think people are outraged by it. How the fuck is that a penalty? I mean, dude, he does make contact with his leg, and his foot is up. So again, for me, if they would have said it's not a penalty, I would have been okay with it. And the fact that they called that a penalty, I'm okay with that as well because, again, I don't think it was that outrageous of a call. I'm not going to sit here and say that England are going through because of the refs because I personally don't believe that. I think if you're blaming the refs, it's kind of a lazy thing to do. I think we should be blaming, I don't know who we should be blaming for England making it this far. I really don't know. Maybe it's the Queen, like I said in my preview video. Maybe she's talking to us. Or maybe she's helping England from below or from above. I really don't know where she's staying right now because, like I've said before, kind of a bitch. But anyway, bro, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you guys, man. I'm honestly at a loss for words. When Ollie Watkins scored that goal, I genuinely sat and just stared at my TV for like 2 minutes. I couldn't move, bro. I couldn't believe that England went through like that. I thought it was going to go to penalties. Maybe England go through on penalties because they usually do that. Actually, historically, they're pretty bad at penalties. But recently, under Southgate, they've actually been really good at penalties. But, bro, I couldn't believe when Ollie Watkins scored that goal. And the finish he had, by the way, bro, you could argue De Vries should be closing him out a little bit more aggressive there. But he basically had no angle for that shot. I mean, it goes through De Vries' legs and it skims the post, bro. Like, he just had a great finish, bro. He had a great finish, and that's what great players do. When you actually give them the opportunity to show up, they can do that. So, again, for me, I think if England want to win this final, bro, Jude Bellingham's got to play better. We've been saying that throughout the whole tournament, but he has to play better if he wants to win that final because that Spain midfield, it's not a joke, bro. Fabian Ruiz, Rodri, and obviously Pedri's not there anymore, but Dani Olmo, they've been outstanding throughout this whole tournament. They've been the best midfield in this tournament. They outclassed France's midfield. They outclassed Germany's midfield. So if England want to win this game, you're going to have your midfielders play well. And I believe that Kobbie Mainoo is up to the challenge because he's proven throughout this whole tournament. Kobbie Mainoo's fantastic, bro. Honestly, man, one of the best talents I've ever seen at that age. Honestly, I always glaze the Barca youngsters, but there's obviously plenty of other great youngsters in football. And when I did my video talking about the reacting to the 50 Wonder Kids, I argued for Kobbie Mainoo to be higher on that list because I see that with Kobbie Mainoo. I see a guy who, for his age, has such a high football IQ and is so he's so good on the ball, man. Kobbie Mainoo was insane, dude. Honestly, he's genuinely insane. He had that pass. He had a great pass to, I think, who was it? Was it Kyle Walker in the first half? He had a pass where he pinged it to the right-hand side. I forget who it was, but he had a great ball. I think it was Kyle Walker, actually. He has so many great moments in every single game. I think Kobbie Mainoo, I think he's up for the challenge. But again, I think Declan Rice has had a decent tournament. He's been good off the ball, but wasn't really the Declan Rice that we saw at Arsenal this year, which was arguably, one of the best midfielders, not just in the Prem, but in the world. But again, bro, Bellingham's got to play better. That whole midfield's got to play better because you're going to have to try and outdo Spain's midfield. And that's going to be obviously very difficult. Southgate's got to be better. But again, I thought today those subs that he made changed the game. And I thought, obviously, making subs at halftime, which we don't really see Southgate doing, taking off Kieran Trippier and bringing on a still kind of hampered Luke Shaw, showed some balls that he had, which I didn't think he had in him, honestly. But again, the things that have to happen for England to win this game, you got to drop Harry Kane. Their midfield has got to play better, and you got to get a better performance out of your star players, man. You got to get a better performance out of them, which is what we've been saying for England throughout, since the tournament started, bro. It's nothing new. Since that Serbia game, we've been talking about England needing to be better and their players needing to step up, and it hasn't happened yet. But somehow they've made it to the final, so obviously they're doing something right. I'm sad for the Dutchmen. Obviously, as a Barca fan, I kind of have a soft spot in my heart for the Dutch. I always try to root for them because obviously we know the history of Barca with Johan Cruyff and Edgar Davids and Frank Rijkaard and Patrick Kluivert and Overmars and Ronald Koeman. Obviously, all these different great Dutch players who have come through Barcelona. So I obviously was rooting for them, and also Frankie De Jong's not playing, but kind of in a way I think kind of rooting for Frankie in that sense. But still, bro, that's football. I don't think the Dutch were better today. Honestly, I don't think they played this amazing game and just got screwed at the end. I think again, I don't think England played great, but I don't think the Dutch played great either. So again, it's what happens, bro. Some teams, just when you have that individual quality and you have those players at your disposal that Southgate has on that bench, you can chuck in a guy like Ollie Watkins. He can come up with a moment of brilliance like that. But yeah, then again, those are my thoughts, man. Let me know what you guys think. What do you think of England making it to the final of this tournament? What are your predictions for the final? Do you think England will win? Do you think Spain will win? I cannot wait for that game. I might be streaming it, by the way. So if you guys made it this far into the video, I'll probably announce it on Twitter or on my community tab. But I probably will be streaming that game. I'm not sure yet, but I think it's 80% sure that I will be streaming that game. So if you guys are excited for that, and if you want to tune into that, then I can't wait because I haven't done a stream in a minute, and I kind of want to get back into it. But yeah, man, enough yapping. I love every single one of you guys, man. Let me know your thoughts on everything in the comment section down below, and I'll catch you guys on the next video. Peace out.